Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Marsya Chantika with student number 120962417. Here, I will presenting a final project for the critical reading course that is critical analysis of a recent text. Here, I choose an opinion text with title Why Donald Trump's tariffs are a threat to global food security. This text is written by Lotana Emodigo, a senior lecturer in economics in Manchester Metropolitan University. I found this text in the Conversation, the website that is full of news and articles. The text is published in May 1st, 2024. May 1st, 2025. Style of the text is opinion article. It is based on academic research. Below is the link of the article. Next, central argument of the text. The tariffs made by Donald Trump, especially on agricultural imports and fertilizer, will raise food prices in the US and globally, which will have worse effects for developing countries and expanding global inequalities. Next, I have the evidence to support the central argument. I found two evidence. First, the US currently imports around 16% of its food supply, with a large proportion of its fruits and vegetables coming from countries like Mexico. Tariffs on Tariffs on fertilizer imports raise global production costs, potentially reducing crop yields and worsening food insecurity. This evidence effectively supports the central argument, as it illustrating the direct impact of US tariffs on agricultural productivity and food prices worldwide. Second, the author's research shows that disruptions in international prices, such as a 7% increase in global maize prices due to announcement of tariffs, may lead to similar increases in local prices in developing countries where most people live below the poverty line. This evidence effectively supports the central argument, as it connects US tariff policies to global food insecurity, demonstrating the wider implication of local economic decisions. Next, the reasoning of the article is the article's logic is coherent and valid, as the author connects the imposition of tariffs with rising food prices and environmental effects on the global economy, whereby disruption in the US market also varies the international benchmark price of staple food and impacts local prices in developing economies. The writer does not use any major logical fallacies, but rather relies on empirical evidence and research finding. However, the text could be strengthened by exploration of counter-arguments or alternative perspectives on the potential benefits of tariff. Next, the context of the article. The article is written by Lotana Emodigo, a senior lecturer in economics, Manchester Metropolitan University. He has published 3 articles that based on academic research on the Conversation website and mostly talk about global economics and environment. His research interests include environmental economics, development, and applied economics. Lotana is well published in reputable economics journals like World Development, Ecological Economics, and others. The audience of the text is the educated general audience that is interested in economics and global policy. The purpose of the text is to raise awareness about unintended global consequences of trade policy. There's a clear bias toward advocating for equitable trade practices and protecting vulnerable economies, but the text is supported by research and empirical data. Next, the argument is persuasive because it connects factual data, reliable sources, and logical reasoning. The argument is persuasive also due to its is global perspective and incorporation of academic research, especially in highlighting overlooked impacts on the world's poorest regions. Therefore, the potential consequences become concrete through the use of specific data and real-world examples. The credibility of the article is also enhanced by acknowledging complexity, such as the need for long-term resilience in developing nations and the temporary pause in tariff. For conclusion, this analysis shows that critical reading involves evaluating the reasoning quality, the argument's context, and author's potential biases, in addition to recognizing claims and supporting evidence. From this thesis analysis, I have learned how crucial it is to evaluate critically the relationship between regional policies and worldwide results. It emphasizes how important it is to think about the bigger picture when making economic decisions, especially in a world where markets are becoming more interconnected. With a comprehensive look, it reveals how a well-written piece can combine social concern and academic research to create a persuasive case. Alright, that is my presentation. Thank you.